I get to wear the flannel pajamas again. Happy Flannel February, everybody. Yes, in order to support a friend of mine, I every weekend video I do in the month of February, I do Flannel February, get to rock what I think are flannel pajamas. I mean, they kind of look like they could be flannel. I have the design like they're flannel, all the squares and everything. So, actually, I try to adjust this, so let me move a little closer. There we go. Now you can actually see me a little better. Now I think I'm off center too. Actually, can I? Alright, that works. So, there we go. So, actually, I do, in fact, in spite of what happened yesterday, I really do have a low. I mean, it's silly and arbitrary, and it's something that's going to be made up eventually, but, it really is. I really just wish it didn't happen. See, as you guys, I said this yesterday, but yesterday was my dad's birthday. So we celebrated his birthday. And my mom wanted to make him a nice steak dinner. With a baked potato, mushrooms, broccoli with cheese sauce. I talked about broccoli with cheese sauce. I do believe I talked about broccoli with cheese sauce before as a mom food. I think I have. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, if I didn't do that mom food yet, I'll be doing the broccoli with cheese sauce. I'm pretty sure I did. Actually, I don't want to look it up yet. I have a video to do. Anyway, right. So, and my mom gave me a simple task of, taking the steaks out of the refrigerator, having me at room temperature for an hour. And in the meantime, I get the baked potatoes started. And that's all she wanted me to do. But, I tried to be nice, and it was all for my dad. So, I actually cooked the mushrooms as well. I actually made a nice sort of like a mushroom gravy sauce to go with the steaks and the baked potato. And my dad and I really liked it. But my mom, here's the thing about my mom. She really is very much set in her ways. Like, seriously, I once tried to make like a garlic smashed potatoes, and she went completely ballistic. Like, it really looked like a child saying no, 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 no. That's how bad it was. So, needless to say, out of protest, she didn't want to have my mushrooms. I mean, it's fine, I guess. I mean, didn't have to make a big scene about it. And, we had a big fight over it. But, kids, let this be a lesson to you. Apparently, even when you go the extra mile, you can still get yelled at. Oh well. But anyway, outside of that, yesterday was still my dad's birthday, which is nice. I'm rocking the flannel pajamas today, so it's part of my high. And if you can already tell I know my mom made me feel bad about making those mushrooms, but you know what? Forget it. I'm making the fact that I actually tried going the extra mile and making dinner last night, my act of kindness, because I really wanted to help. And it was for my dad, so. And it really was a good meal overall. So, there you go. Yeah, so, first of all, good morning and happy Saturday, everybody. The first Saturday in February, which means I get to rock these pajamas again, and they feel so nice. I just realized tomorrow's going to be the one day, and it's going to be the only time I'll be wearing the jersey over these. Cool. Okay, so what was I going to talk? Oh, right. There's a class in session video, and I'm not going to lie, at first I really had no idea what I was going to do. Like, I really had no idea what class I was going to be talking about today. But before I went to bed last night, I decided to check my Facebook like I always do, because, I am glued to my computer, what can I say? And I actually saw a post from a legendary teacher I had at Horseheads. I'm actually friends with this teacher on Facebook. And I mentioned, she was my Global 2 teacher, but she teaches other things as well. And another class that she does teach, believe it or not, is a class that I almost forgot that I took. I didn't have it with this teacher, but I had it with another teacher. But you know what I mean. But this is a class I actually almost forgot I had. I can't believe I almost forgot either. But actually, hold on, let me read the post. I actually have it up here. And obviously, this person shall remain nameless because I'm not going to get anyone embarrassed, offended, or fired. First week of second semester. Great engaging discussions with my students in participation in government classes. So today's, in case you can already tell, and if you didn't already read the title of this video, the class and session video is economics and participation in government. Anyway, classes on bias, reliability sourcing, news media, social media, and its impact on political processes. We discussed the evolution of the 24-hour news cycle. They were surprised that when I grew up, this is my teacher talking by the way, that there was half news in the morning, an hour of news, in the evening, and there was half news in the morning, an hour news in the evening, and half of news at 11 p.m. My seniors cannot imagine a world without a 24-hour news cycle. I'll be into that momentarily. We discussed the birth of CNN, followed by Fox, and the battle for ratings in the 24/7 news cycle as news evolved into entertainment news, opening the door to stories, opinions, instead of facts and integrity. These kids are learning and thinking critically about what they are reading. They asked amazing questions today. Let's see Monday's cohort brings. Yeah, at least you can spell a few words on it. It doesn't matter. My point is, this post on Facebook is what inspired today's video. And it's a class and session video, economics and participation in government. Or participation in government and economics. Switch them around if you wish. Actually, if you switch them around, you get pig and econ. That's actually what it was referred to when I was in school. So, yeah, that post actually said quite a lot of what I could say now. Because I was born in the very, very, very late 80s. Like 3 days and then we were in the 90s. Remember, my birthday was December 28th, 1989, so literally 3 days and we're in the 90s. So, I forget what year specifically the 24/7 news cycle began, but I'm pretty sure I myself was alive for it, and if that was the case, Lord knows that I don't remember it happening at first, because I was probably really little when it did. Or maybe it came out before I was born. I don't know, but the point is, when I think about it, I for life me really have to agree with my teachers as seniors. I really can't imagine like society without learning about the news 24 hours a day. And it actually goes with what I said when I talked about both Global 1 and 2, as well as American history. And that's, stuff is happening all over the world, all of the time. In our country, in other countries, everywhere. And you would think that in 24 hours you really could cover it all, but what can I tell you? It's a big, big world out there. It really is. So, and here's the thing. We cover, like, the news, the 24-hour news cycle on, like, CNN and Fox and, NBC, MSNBC, all those other big sort of, like, news stations. Like, you'd think they would be able to cover everything that happens in a day, but just when you think it's over, something new pops up. It's unbelievable when you think about it. I mean, needless to say, all the news stations were going completely crazy for events like, 9/11, every presidential election, the Olympics, any sort of big world news event nowadays we know about. But in my teacher's day, that wasn't the case at all. I mean, needless to say, this is actually another reason why I'm glad I was born when I was born. Because with the advent of televised broadcasting, television, radio, and the beginning of the internet, it revolutionized everything. Now we learn so much, and we can talk about so much. And I know it's not really the greatest thing to do to talk about, politics. I never talk about politics. I have said what my political views are before, but I only said what I was, and I said I was Republican, by the way. I'm just leaving it at that. Not going to flaunt it, not going to express any specific views or, anything. In fact, I'll be honest, the only reason why I am a Republican is because I like both elephants and the color red. That's really about it. It's practically one ear out the other with me. So, go figure. Although, I just realized if I'm talking about pig and econ, I should talk about the econ too. So, yeah, economics, or as my one teacher would say, economics. Okay, here's the thing. There was another teacher who also taught pig and econ who would really emphasize the economics part. And the teacher I had would make fun of that guy for it. So that's why I did what I just did. But, we learned about supply and demand, products, gross domestic, the deficit, surplus, all that stuff. We learned all that in economics too. There was actually one project where we had to, use the computer to get a bunch of graphs where I'm like, forget this, I'll just draw the graphs myself. I actually got, a really bad grade in the project simply because even though I had the graphs right, and even though, you could easily read what they are, I didn't use a computer for it because I really was not good at using Excel back then. Yeah, I actually sort of shot it. Plus, maybe I did sort of put it off at the last minute. Hey, listen, I was a bad student before I entered college, okay? And now you know why. But, yeah, we just had a huge sort of, I'm losing my train of thought, I'm sorry. I was about to say, when you really think about it, it's really a good thing that you put economics and participation government together. Because the information on both of those subjects overlaps pretty significantly. I never really would have thought about it if, it wasn't put in front of me. But, yeah, again, we live in a day and age where, we're constantly worried about, society and, the economics of how everything works. What's going on in our government, not just in our government, but the world government as a whole, and other different countries of the world. Famous people, all that stuff. And you wouldn't have any of that without a 24-hour news cycle. And here's the thing, when I took Pig and Econ, we didn't talk about the 24-hour news cycle at all. I don't even remember mentioning it at all. I'll be honest, the only thing I really remember about that course, other than the stuff I just mentioned, was what the final project was we had to do, which was we had to do at least 6 hours of volunteer work and other things you had to write about or something. I forget, but now you know that I did take economics and participation in government, and by all accounts, it really is a course that again, I have to really give a shout out to my teacher who I'm friends with on Facebook. Because without that post, I don't think this video would have even happened. Seriously. I almost completely forgot I took this course. But when I think about it, yeah, I actually did learn a lot in this class, didn't I? Well, that's about it. Other than, I'm hanging with my dad this weekend, be with him on his birthday. I'm actually visiting my brother this morning. Can't wait to see him. That's gonna be nice. And you know what? As long as I'm even thinking about it, hold on a second. All right. Okay. I'm trying to see if I actually if I actually did a broccoli and cheese sauce. Hold on. Huh. I guess I don't. I guess I don't think I did do that in my food chronicle, to my knowledge. Yeah. I guess I didn't. So yes, note to self: do a mom food chronicle on broccoli and cheese sauce. Okay. I'll remember to do that. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and follow me on social media notifications on YouTube. I'm very homely in this video for all of you guys who watch the show for me. We have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Remember, you guys are on Taco channel. You can hear it here. I always have your back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.